with a home. All right, look here at the passing numbers over the last. Several months for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
They've got to be happy about how many more assists he's been dishing out lately. He's got a pass-first mentality, and with how well he's been distributing, that's a very good thing. His teammates love playing with him.
A look at the 76ers starting group. Maxey and Oubre pair up at the 1 and the 2. Andre Drummond is out there with Joel Embiid, and it's George in at the 3 spot. And for Oklahoma City, Shai and Caruso are the backcourt pair. Lugens Dort out there with Holmgren, and it's Williams in at the 3. Hartenstein, he's checked in for Caruso. Clark, one of the league's premier scorers. Embiid does a lot of damage in the mid-range.
I tell you, for a guy as big as he is, I just marvel at his touch, his footwork, and the fact that he scores at all 3 levels. He scores at the rim, mid-range, he's dangerous, and then three-point shot is one that he can knock down with decent regularity. So at his size, most would like to see him attack the rim more, but I still marvel at his versatility as a scorer.
And Drummond with the jam.
Tell you what, that was a power play by Drummond there. He's made a career out of stress testing the rims.
Hartenstein passes to Dort. Oh, they get a hand on it. Drummond with the ball, and it's Dort picking him up. Pass to Maxey. Now Drummond. Soft touch off the glass. Drummond's got his second bucket on the night.
Boy, a little contact will not deter Drummond. I mean, he gets physical right back and finishes strong.
Dort, the pass to Hartenstein. Gilgeous-Alexander against George. Right side, Gilgeous-Alexander. Oh, Drummond with a block.
How about that swat by Drummond, using all of his height and bounce to deny the offense there.
And Embiid throws it down.
Nice one-handed jam. Simple and effective, B.A.
Hey, with the lead, I'm surprised he didn't come up with something a little more creative.
Well, I think he did plenty of damage nonetheless. I mean, it was only with one hand, but he still threw that down pretty hard.
And we've got a timeout called by Mark Dagnall, and we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. About 2 minutes gone by in the first quarter. And Clark, this last summer, former Sixer Doug Collins inducted into the Basketball Hall of Fame.
Yeah, well-deserved honor for Doug. I mean, he's Philly's former #1 overall pick back in 1973, and he played almost a decade there for the Sixers. Also coached the Sixers, among many other teams that he had a chance to coach in the NBA, but clearly an NBA lifer and one of the best guys that's part of the NBA fraternity.
And he is stronger than he looks, trust me. I mean, Williams has the bulk to win those tough battles inside.
George, a screen on Gilgeous-Alexander. Down low. Here's Drummond. Oh, the jam by Drummond!
How about that, Andre Drummond? No, you didn't just show me that kind of creativity in a 7-foot frame at about 1/3 of a ton.
Holmgren, the pass to Hartenstein. The kick out to Williams. Clock at 6. Williams, a screen on George. Dort, left side. Out of bounds. It'll be Sixers ball. It's the 2K leaderboard showing the teams with the most points off turnovers last season. #1, the Thunder. In 3rd, Philadelphia.
Here you have 2 offenses that feasted off turnovers. Every opponent was a little nervous with the ball around them.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Gotta love Tyrese Maxey's approach to the game. He said, quote, "I really have a simple life. I have this joy about playing basketball. I like putting in the work, so I'm extremely focused, extremely competitive, and I'm out here having the time of my life. I get to do what I love every single day, and it's a blessing," unquote. Brian, he's such a positive guy.
Yeah, he really is. Thanks for that, Allie. Now, here's Williams. Drummond grabs the miss.
A rare miss for him at point-blank range. That's one he'd like to have back.
Embiid, a screen on Williams. Over to the left wing. Embiid passes to Oubre. Back to Embiid. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. And so it's Gilgeous-Alexander with it. He brings it up for Oklahoma City. They trail by 9. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up.
It is. I mean, no reason to back off and give him the layup. You're much better off making him go to the line.
Grant, how about the rise of OKC? In just 2 years, transforming from a 24-win team to the top seed.
Incredible, B.A. The Thunder drafted well and gave those picks lots of playing time. Plus, they made some fantastic trades. And of course, don't forget, OKC still has a boatload of picks. Building a big advantage early with a terrific all-around performance.
Yeah, you know, they've had the advantage at both ends. They've got all the momentum early on.
Defenders just clearing out, and Gilgeous-Alexander came in with a purpose.
Screen by Embiid. Fires the 3. The Thunder with the rebound. 19 seconds left now in the first quarter. And the big finish by Holmgren.
And timing like this will serve Holmgren well, leaping at the exact right moment for the alley-oop.
Oubre passes to George. Here's Drummond. And Drummond with the jam.
Attacking the rim with power.
Tremendous finish.
Really piling on the lead with a dunk like that.
Oh, it's stolen by Gilgeous-Alexander. Unable to get that one. Joel Embiid, he's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for the 76ers. He made a big impact, scoring 12. Hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. All right, guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for Philadelphia.
To me, it's been the ball movement. That's been the key. I mean, going from good to great. Not settling for a good shot, making that extra pass, keeping the defense off balance, and taking great shots.
You know, another thing that has impressed me has been their numbers of points in the paint. Just dominating down there. They're just getting whatever shot they want in close.
Gilgeous-Alexander runs the point with Dort at the 2. Isaiah Hartenstein is out there with Williams. And it's Holmgren in at the 5 spot. That's the lineup for Oklahoma City.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
And something that makes SGA so dangerous on offense, his elite drive and kick ability.
Yeah, you have to load towards him when he comes off a high pick. He just draws so much attention and can find another cutter or spot-up shooter. He has so much gravity to his game.
Gilgeous-Alexander, and so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. And it's opening night. Great to be here with you, Clark.
Always great to be with you as well, B.A. And this is perhaps my favorite night of the year when you talk about the NBA opening night. So much excitement, so much anticipation, and we know the rest of the season will deliver.
Maxey passes to George. George with another miss. Thunder trail by 3. Dort with it. Guarded now by Maxey. Pass to Williams. And here's Holmgren. Here's Williams. Hartenstein with a screen on Oubre. Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. 6 to shoot. No good. The Sixers lead by 3. Maxey on the wing. It's good. Set up beautifully by George. George has got 5 assists in the game. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander.
First in steals. And also, they topped the league in three-point percentage. That was a huge part of their offensive attack. Just about as reliable beyond the arc as you can get.
And last year, the #1 ranking in steals. just illustrated the level of effort that they put in on D. This past offseason, OKC decided to move on from their former first-round pick, Josh Giddey.
Yeah, the 6th overall pick in 2021. Giddey is a talented player with good upside, but fit is so important in the NBA, and the Thunder knew his talents would be better suited elsewhere.
Gilgeous-Alexander's shot is good.
He's a producer. It's part of their plan to get him as many touches as possible.
George outside. Over Dort. And he recovers it. Pass to Oubre. And there's the slam. Dunk to finish it off.
An incredible athlete. Kelly Oubre Jr. looks to throw it down.
Kicks it to George. Drummond passes to George. That's good from Drummond on the assist by George. And now a 9-point Philadelphia lead. Floats one up. Gilgeous-Alexander no good. Philadelphia has gone 5 of 10 from beyond the three-point line in this game. And George launches it from deep. The offensive rebound.
Boy, this is bad. Tough to watch. I mean, this is really bad. He's stone cold this quarter. Man.
Oh, stolen by Embiid. Fast break, Philadelphia.
Oh,
yeah, away
with authority.
He's got such a good understanding of when to go after the steals. Excellent instincts defensively from Embiid there.
Gilgeous-Alexander with the hammer.
Oh, yeah, that'll do it.
Wow, an emphatic two-handed slam.
I tell you what, if he's got a few more of those in him, this lead will really start shrinking.
Pass to Embiid. Back to George. This one for three. We've got 1:13 left to play in the half. And it's good. Off the back of the rim and in. George has got 5 points.
And I love how they're working much harder on the glass this quarter and drumming up more second chance opportunities.
Well, the hustle and the effort, the persistence, all of that paying off in a big way. That's something that makes a coach smile.
Embiid, a screen on Dort. That doesn't go either for George.
Couldn't quite line that one up. Just got to shake it off and move on to the next one.
Here's Hartenstein. And it's good. Off the back rim and in.
Yeah, an amazing find. How about the patience from Dort? Waits for his man to get open and feeds him.
Pass to Embiid. And stolen by Williams. 8-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Holmgren with it. Outside, Williams. There's 18 seconds left in the first half. Off target from outside. It's George on the wing. Over Hartenstein. Nice shot by George. George has got his 3rd bucket of the night. And so it's Philadelphia. They have a nice 9-point cushion at the end of the quarter. Great shot selection right now, keeping the game simple and getting high percentage looks. All right, stick around. We'll be right back after this.
To me, it starts with their effort. They have to become more active defensively to prevent easy look shot.
Yeah, the only way. All right, fellas. Thanks for tuning in.
And we've got 3rd quarter basketball here. 2 quarters in the books. You know, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has been exceptional here, guys.
Yeah, he's showing off how skilled he is at attacking the defense and converting at the line.
Well, you know, in that first half, it was a common occurrence. He got to the stripe time and time again.
So on the floor for Philadelphia, we've got Edwards, And it's Grimes in at the 1. Wallace's shot is good.
A great move. I mean, the defense has no response.
Yeah, if that's a harbinger of things to come, he's looking at having a very big second half.
The Sixers lead by 7. Edwards for 3. Sinks it from distance.
And just not letting up at all. I mean, you have to love this approach. You want to get the ball to the guys who make plays.
If it's working, keep working it. That's what I say. Keep the pressure on it.
And Mark Dagnall has called a timeout. He's going to talk it over with his guys. And Caruso, he's checked in for Joe. And now looking at the 2K leaderboard. Here's a view of which teams last year got after it with their shot blocking. Oklahoma City, 2nd.
They built a reputation around the league last season. Do not test them at the rim.
And the foul on Alex Caruso. That's his first foul of the game.
And great job to establish position and square up.
Excellent example of toughness and physicality on defense. Got his nose right in the middle of things and made a play.
Outside Edwards. On the take. Goes back up. Here's Bona. And he banks in the layup. And it's a 12-point 76ers lead.
Second chance points are always painful. Have to make the effort to box out.
Hey, guys standing around spectating, I mean, you got to get in there and get tough.
It's stolen. Here's Grimes. No points so far. Outside Edwards. There's a screen. And he lobs it up. Oh, he left it right in the sweet spot with the lob. Nicely done. And the 76ers lead by 14.
Smooth finish off a terrific feed.
Man, the timing and execution couldn't have been any better right there.
Guys, I hope we get to see a few more of those.
And it's Caruso on the take. And he makes it. All right, Brad, give it to us straight here. What's the deal with star treatment in the NBA?
Star treatment? What is that, B.A.? Now, I think some players have a reputation which might help them on 50-50 calls. And you could argue that some players have a reputation that hinders them on the 50-50 calls. So it really just all depends.
Rebound by Philadelphia. Now the 76ers with it. They've outscored them 10-2 during this run. Deflects the pass. Edwards against Wiggins. Now here's Caruso. Defense right on him. The shot's good.
In the NBA, you just can't let guys get to the rim.
Pass to Edwards. To the middle. Second half of play, and we're 3 minutes into the third here. Wiggins with it. He's picked up by Edwards.
2 minutes remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
Wiggins against Edwards. And the shot's good by Wiggins. Wiggins got his first bucket in this one.
That's 10 straight points they've given up in the painted area.
And, you know, it doesn't matter how good your defense is on the perimeter if you're going to allow easy ones inside like that.
This is why you put the ball in his hands. An accurate pass hitting a moving target.
Just over 3.5 minutes through the third. Here's Edwards. It's good from the top of the key. Edwards has got 8. And so it's Caruso who brings up the ball for the Thunder. 15-point game. Pass to Wallace. That one falls.
That's where they'd like all their shots to come from.
59 seconds left in the third quarter. Edwards a screen on Caruso. Here's Grimes. The kick out to Edwards. And there's the screen. Takes the 3. And he can't get that one. The Thunder have gotten 5 of 7 attempts in the third quarter. Caruso outside. Williams with the screen. Here's the three. Rebound by Philadelphia. Bona's got 4 rebounds now. 3 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Grimes. Outside Edwards. Pass to Bona. Back to Edwards. Here's Bona. And a missed layup. Wiggins outside. That misses. Would have counted had it gone. And so it's the Philadelphia 70s. And while we have a chance, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'll tell you what, this was a no-brainer tonight. Take a look at the precision on this feed. Couldn't place it any better.
Served him up a tasty room service dime right there, boy.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive.
You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
And the 76ers going with a whole new group out there. And we've got a timeout called by Mark Daigneault. He wants to make sure everyone is aligned, given the situation right now. Hartenstein, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thanks, guys. Mark Daigneault had some words for his team over the last break. Coach wanted his guys to ignore the scoreboard. He said, don't even look at the numbers. Just take it possession by possession, make every chance count, and we'll see where we stand at the end of this game. Back to you guys.
And Allie, thank you for that. Gilgeous-Alexander runs the point with Dort at the 2. Jalen Williams is out there with Isaiah Hartenstein. And it's Holmgren in at the center position. That's the lineup out there for the Thunder.
And that's a strong closeout defensively. Great effort to deter the shot.
Gilgeous-Alexander finds Dort. Williams a screen on Maxey. Dort's shot is good.
Nice use of strength by Dort. He runs into the inside contact, but pushes right through it.
Gilgeous-Alexander with the ball. Picked up by Embiid. And slam dunk by Gilgeous-Alexander.
Ooh, bouncy. That should give him a nice lift.
Good timing. They needed that one.
And, you know, that's exactly what happens when you don't settle. That's the result. Tremendous effort and a big-time finish there.
George peels it out a bit. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Maxey. Philadelphia with another miss.
You got to move past that one. I mean, they'd want him to take that again.
Well, you know, I hear you. That's a good look, but when you're that wide open, I think you got to knock it down.
Fast break, Philadelphia. And he's going for the lob.
Great pass by Maxey there. This guy really clever at finding ways to get his teammates involved.
Thunder trail by 13. And the officials call goaltending, so they'll award the basket.
Yeah, it was just a little late. I mean, he thought he got there, but the ref saw it otherwise.
Philadelphia has gone 7 for 17 from three-point range so far in this matchup. George a screen on Gilgeous-Alexander. George against Dort. Dort grabs the miss. The Thunder have gone 3 of 4 in the fourth and looking confident on offense. Hartenstein against George. The 3-ball on target from range. All right, guys, a breakdown here of the hustle stats for the 76ers.
Well, their D has been a major story tonight. I mean, those steals and putting pressure on the ball, clogging the passing lanes, impressive.
You know, we've got to talk about how they've continued to force turnovers and turn those turnovers into points. They came out aggressive, and they've not let up.
Gilgeous-Alexander feeling it out a bit. Ooh, another miss by Gilgeous-Alexander. Philadelphia leading by 14. George with it. Now Gilgeous-Alexander defending.
Good work in deep from George that time. He's far more than just a perimeter threat.
Oklahoma City has gone 0 for 2 from outside here in the fourth quarter. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
Their strategy has been pretty simple here in the second half. Attack from three-point range.
Certainly. I mean, they saw a weakness in the perimeter defense and took advantage of it.
Now Philadelphia with it. They've outscored them 10-2 during this run. Fires for 3. Hartenstein pulls it in. Hartenstein's got 5 rebounds tonight. Ooh, the deft touch on the lob.
Running the show, Gilgeous-Alexander is talented as a passer.
Outside Maxey. George, a screen on Gilgeous-Alexander. George passes to Maxey. 6 to shoot. From the arc. And that's good. Paul George for 3.
3 points.
And the 76ers lead by 20.
And let's face it, this one was never really in question. They came out with purpose and just overwhelmed the opposition. A great win for the 76ers.
And everything seemed to go their way today. They were firing on all cylinders, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., this was the kind of performance you relish as a player. Just a very impressive win.
And so this win marks their first victory of the new year.
Well, at least they're going to take one game in this season series. It was an uphill climb.
And I think it says a lot about them that they were able to salvage this game. When you drop the first 2 against a team, you can often get down on yourself. They overcame that mental roadblock and were impressive in doing so.
And of all the highlights and performances we've seen here tonight, the one thing that stands out is what an unbelievable night it's been for Paul George.
He was just everywhere for them on both ends, really, just showing a lot of aggressiveness and intensity.
That's good from George.
Paul George, one of the most versatile and dynamic players in the league. I mean, he does a lot for his team offensively and defensively, which I think frees up the other guys to do their thing.
From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. Secure from 3-point range. And here are the Sixers now. Earlier, they held a 23-point lead. Here's Maxey. We've got 22 seconds left in the 4th quarter here. George, a screen on Gilgeous-Alexander. Maxey passes to George. Launches it from deep. An absolute bomb from 3-point range.
Seems effortless for George, that quick release of his.
Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. There's the triple. It doesn't go for him. So no problem for Philadelphia as they get... All right, Allie, thank you. And that about wraps it up. For Clark Kellogg, Allie LaForce, and Grant Hill. This
coaches during this part of the season.
Kevin, if I were a head coach, I'd be trying to nail down my best 5. NBA games are mostly decided in that final 3 or 4 minutes, so I want to know who I can trust when it matters most.
And now the opening lineup for Phoenix. They've got O'Neal. Durant is out there with Nick Richards. Then there's Devin Booker, and it's Dunn in at the 2-guard spot. No good from Booker. Looking at Oklahoma City, they took the win in their last game against the Lakers. And the dunk by Holmgren.
And give credit to Holmgren for jumping all over that opportunity, putting his length to great use.
Good work there as it goes.
Such a multi-talented threat on the offensive end, and you love his confidence.
Here's Hartenstein, and the dunk by Hartenstein.
Well, the coach loves this kind of ball movement. Anytime you create something inside the free throw line, you know it's a good look.
And stolen by Dunn. Three-pointer. And Durant gets it to go. The assist from Dunn. Durant's got 5 points so far.
A nice rhythm jump shot for Kevin Durant. How many of those do you think he's taken in his lifetime?
Williams kicks to Holmgren. No good on the triple. Phoenix has gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. And Chet Holmgren's been a great player from day one, Doris. What do you like most about his game?
I don't know which aspect to pick. This guy is a great rim protector. He can shoot the basketball from three-point territory and with great range from 3. But maybe my favorite aspect is the competitive toughness he brings on a nightly basis.
Just 3 to shoot, and stolen by Booker by himself. And the jam by Kevin Durant.
What a heady move by Devin Booker. Picks it clean and immediately looks to jumpstart the break.
Pass to Dort. Right wing. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Back to Dort. Holmgren sends the screen for Dort. Deflects the pass. And stolen by Dunn. And Phoenix pushing it up now. And then Durant with the jam.
Boy, KD gets himself right to the rim. Liftoff is complete.
Gilgeous-Alexander kicks to Dort. And again, no good by Oklahoma City. And here's O'Neal. He'll bring it up for Phoenix. Leading by 5. Their last meeting was in Oklahoma City, where they were unable to fight off the Thunder.
And they'll want to show that they're a much better team than they demonstrated last time out against these guys. At the very least, avoid another blowout.
Well, so many of their problems stem from turnovers. They simply could not take care of the ball, and it cost them in that matchup.
Clock is at 3. Hartenstein finds Gilgeous-Alexander. Suns on offense. Big run right now going for him, 11-2. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
And Mark Daigneault calls timeout here. And coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over. 1:46 left to play here in the first. Booker against Dort. Here's Richards. Second chance effort. Rebounded by Carlson.
Well, this is the kind of shot we've come to expect him to make. He's got to be upset with that one.
Williams attacking. And it's Phoenix with the rebound.
Boy, if you're going up against this guy in this close a range, you've got to defend with everything you've got. A tremendous job defensively.
Williams, a screen on Dunn. Gilgeous-Alexander kicks to Holmgren. 4 on the shot clock. And the dunk by Holmgren.
And attacking the rim. Holmgren making excellent use of that height inside.
And finished off by KD.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. Here's Carlson outside for Gilgeous-Alexander. Dort with a screen for Gilgeous-Alexander. Oklahoma City moving it around. Carlson can't hit.
Boy, against so little defensive pressure, you have to convert that.
Booker left side. There's 25 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Good D by Gilgeous-Alexander. Holmgren finds Dort. Floats it up for Holmgren. Now Dort bounces high off the rim and drops. Just 4 seconds left in the first quarter. And Booker puts up a deep three. And so it's Kevin Durant making headlines and highlights for Phoenix. He puts a... And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Suns.
They are committed to running the floor in this one, relying on their speed to get a lot of points off the fast break.
Another big component of their early game tonight has been points off turnovers. Great job converting on those chances.
Gilgeous-Alexander runs things with Dort to his side. Chet Holmgren out there with Williams. And it's Carlson in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the lineup in the game for Oklahoma City. Well, the ascension of Jalen Williams-Doris has been swift and very fun to watch.
Oh, absolutely, Kevin. He became very quickly in his second season a number 2 option and, frankly, borderline 1A option. And it's not just his offensive game, Kevin. This guy has become a stout defender. He's got the perfect NBA frame, and he fits in personality-wise.
And now we've got some time to check in from the sideline. You got for us, DA?
Hey, Kevin, the Thunder are young, but they figured out how to win. Defensive ace Lou Dort talked about their chemistry. He said nobody cries about shot selection or anything like that. We know what each player can do. We just really want to see the team win and succeed. Kevin, you see that in their play.
Don't you, David? Every single game, pulling in the right direction. Phoenix has gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. It's stolen by Gilgeous-Alexander. Dort wide open. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. And now the Suns a fast break. Here's Durant. It's Chet Holmgren with the rebound. And so it's Dort with it. He brings it up for Oklahoma City. They haven't allowed any points in the second quarter. Gilgeous-Alexander, a screen on Katie. And Dort gets it to go. Dort's got 5 now.
You can see the work Lou Dort has put in to make himself a threat from 3. That's a pretty looking shot right there.
Second quarter of play with around 2 minutes gone so far. Durant down low. Looking on Holmgren. KD's shot is good.
This guy is cooking right now. He is leading them on the offensive end as they remain in front here.
Dort left side. Holmgren sets the screen for Dort. Off target from 3-point range.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
So, Doris, when you look at the whole package, is Durant a one-of-a-kind player in your opinion?
Well, we certainly have guys with that size, but this is a player who can literally play every single position on the floor. The size, 7 foot. The ball skills, the shooting, the playmaking, the decision-making. I am not sure we will ever see another Durantula, the great one, Kevin Durant.
Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Carlson. No good with the triple. Phoenix leading by 3. Pass to Durant. Booker outside. That's good, and a nice assist from Durant. Booker's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Thunder have gone only 2 of 7 for the field since the second quarter got underway. Holmgren can't hit. For Phoenix, they've gone 50% for the floor in the second quarter, 3 of 6. And done with the slam.
Nice play, and you can see they're gathering momentum.
You want to continue to build on this lead. Right now, still a little too close for comfort.
Yeah, really good defensive play to cut him off there and square up.
And Mark Daigneault calls timeout here. He wants to check in with his team and regroup. It's time now to look at the NBA's top shooting teams from a season ago. In third, the Thunder. The Suns fifth.
The percentage each of these teams shot was just outstanding. I mean, that's a result of unselfishness and great offensive rhythm.
To the paint, here's Richards, and that one is stuffed right through.
And I've been impressed with the unselfishness, but also getting guys the ball where they can do something with it.
And he has shown a terrific feel for how the defense is playing him and then taking advantage of that.
And so it's Oklahoma City with it after the Suns pick up 2. Here's Dort, and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. And with this score of the Suns in a break, you never know who is going to initiate the offense for him.
And that can cause problems at times, Kevin. It can run you into issues keeping the ball moving. Turnovers can be their Achilles heel as well.
What you love about Lou Dort is this guy seizes an opportunity early in his career. He is always searching for ways to improve, and we know what a force he can be on the defensive end. And I'll tell you, they're going to need more from this guy if they're going to cut into this deficit.
Lobbed up there for Durant. Watch out, the damaging Durant flying right through.
It's not just that Kevin Durant scores it. It is the efficiency with which he does it. This guy, you can lean into him on the offensive end.
Holmgren gets the bucket.
You know, we talk all the time about how important it is to have bigs who can stretch the floor. An example there.
And Williams, here we go. And it's Durant with the rebound. Pops it up. It's tipped. And so it's Phoenix in the driver's seat. Up 8 points at the end of the quarter. They've been playing some inspired defense, giving a very few easy points. And now we'll send it over. Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half of basketball right after this.
Offense is clicking right now. They're playing high-quality ball, selfless. I'm surprised they're not up by more.
That being said.
And moving on here. And that is it for half.
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. What a game we're seeing from Kevin Durant.
And he's been a monster in this game, throwing down some huge dunks. And I wasn't sure the rim would even survive in that first half.
Oh, his power is unbelievable. An intimidating force when he's at his best.
So with Durant sitting on the bench, this is Mike Budenholzer's lineup. Cole is out there with Martin. Then there's Bradley Beal. Then there's Allen. And it's Iguodala in at the 5, roaming the paint. Caruso, the pass to Williams. Wiggins sets a screen for Wallace. Kicks it out to Wiggins. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Wiggins has got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Here's Beal. Pass to Bull. Over Chang. Bull can't hit. Thunder trailing by 7. Driving the lane, Caruso, and the shot falls short this time.
Well, he's a quality mid-range shooter, but he can't get that one to go.
And we've got a whistle. The refs are indicating it's a transition take foul. It's going to be a shot and the ball. And he's got his first chance at the line here.
And converted more than 4 out of every 5 free throw attempts last year. So just solid at the line.
And if you're just joining us, we played over a minute here in the third. And that's out of bounds. Phoenix will retain possession.
And checking out the stats for Allen. A very nice season for him last year. Last season, he averaged 13 points a game, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists. Well, fans of this team will take this kind of production from him without hesitation.
I tell you, he has been a solid contributor. They have called his number, and he has delivered for them.
Doris, it's great to see the excitement that surrounds women's basketball for isn't it?
It's great, Kevin, that these incredible players with a high skill level are being acknowledged, not only for that skill, but the quality of play, the competitive spirit of these women. They have worked as hard, and they should get as much recognition.
And out of bounds as the Thunder gain possession. Here's the list of players who had the most steals in the NBA last season. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is second. Fourth, Alex Caruso.
And with all the steals these two came away with, they probably put a thought in the back of every opponent's head, and it wasn't a very good thought.
Pass to Jang. And finished off by Jang.
He's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. Goal against Jang. They get a hand on it, and stolen by Jang. Here we go, one-on-one. Beal against Caruso. Back to Jang. Got a piece of it. Beal with the steal. Bold dishes to Martin. Pass to Beal. There's the drive. And finished off by Beal.
Great play off the bounce by Bradley Beal. He has added this methodically over the course of time. Go ahead, Bradley. Drive it, baby.
The big challenge in Beal's career, Doris, has been staying consistently healthy, right?
There's no question about it, Kevin, because you never have doubted the talent. I mean, Bradley Beal is a 3-tool player. He came into the league as an elite shooter, but now has become incredibly good with the basketball in his hand. The good news, he's always been resilient and fought hard to come back as quickly as possible.
Doris, do you think the Oklahoma City Thunder has the best young core in the NBA?
Well, they are absolutely loaded with talent, Kevin. Not only that, they fit together. Now they've got a perennial MVP because Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has inserted himself into the best player in the game conversation and a rising star in Chet Holmgren. Look out.
Caruso with the ball. Now Beal defending. Inside. Here's Williams. That falls. Nice feed that time from Wiggins. Williams has got his first bucket of the night. Beal up top. He's got 5. We've got 1:18 left here in the third quarter. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Bull. He gets it in there. Bull's got 4 points in the quarter.
Yeah, inside, Bull does a great job just making subtle adjustments and utilizing that length.
Here's Williams. Nice fake, but the layup off the mark.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Down low, here's Iguodala.
Well, known for being a terrific passer, he shows you right there. Case in point.
And Caruso's got the ball here for the Thunder. They trail by 7. Wiggins passes to Wallace. Back to Wiggins from 20 feet out. Iguodala grabs the rebound. Suns leading by 7. Here's Bull. Pass to Iguodala. With the drive. Makes it off the glass.
And at 7-2, Bull has incredible vision, including noticing when his teammates are open.
Outside Williams. And we've reached the end of the third. The Suns lead by 9. Don't go anywhere. The final quarter is coming up next on 2K Sports. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
And when you're the beneficiary of a pass that good, you better deliver. And he did just that.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store for us. The 4 and the 5, the lengthy pair of Holmgren and Hartenstein. Gilgeous-Alexander runs things with Dort to his side. And it's Williams at the 3 spot. That's the lineup out there for the Thunder.
and they've really gotten on track here in the second half. After that shaky start, the field goal percentage steadily climbing. They couldn't make anything in that first break.
Martin the pass to Bull. Holmgren with the steal. Here's Dort. Flushes it down to finish the break.
What an effort by Lou Dort in transition. Gets up the floor, makes himself the best option.
And Mike Budenholzer has called a timeout. And he wants to see some changes out there right away and right now. And the Suns with a completely new group on the floor. Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey guys, I was able to listen to what Mike Budenholzer told his team during that timeout. And he was real calm during the timeout. He was smiling when he told the team, we're up. Game plan is working. Go out there and have fun. It's always fun when you're up late. Guys?
Thanks, David.
I'll tell you, despite his struggles at the offensive end, this team still finds themselves in control of the ball game.
And the dunk by Hartenstein.
Great teamwork punctuated by a strong finish.
Going right to the rim, which is where you want transition opportunities to end.
Richards with it. Misses from short range. Thunder trailing by 3. And man, is this team on a roll right now offensively, Greg. So fun to watch.
They're playing with so much confidence, which is why they're tearing it up from this area.
Holmgren with a screen on O'Neal. Floats it up for Holmgren. Gilgeous-Alexander finds Holmgren. Durant with some nice D. Suns leading by 3. And the foul called on Jalen Williams. That's his third foul of the game.
First team foul.
Booker against Dort. To the inside. Here's Richards. Outside for Durant. Shot clock at 6. Launches it. Kept alive. Thunder have gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth. Dort is screen on down. Gilgeous-Alexander with it. Out guarded by Booker. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line. That's going to send Shai Gilgeous-Alexander to the free throw line. It goes on Devin Booker.
Well, this is why you run your offense through him in important situations. You know he's going to deliver.
KD, a screen on George. Outside for KD. Booker outside. To stop the drought. And again, it's the Suns missing.
Well defended that time. He's a shooter that the D has to close down on quickly when he's ready to pull the trigger.
And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Gilgeous-Alexander.
And what a time to get sloppy. A close game like this, you cannot be getting loose with the ball.
Booker with it. He's picked up by Gilgeous-Alexander. Richards passes to Booker. Back to Richards. And a great assist by Booker as that one goes in. Booker's got his 7th assist here tonight. Williams a screen on down. It's Gilgeous-Alexander with the drive. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Gilgeous-Alexander's got the game tied up here for Oklahoma City. .1:15 left in the fourth quarter. Durant with a screen on George. Booker dishes to Durant. Puts up a deep 3. A new 14 for the Suns. And they go to the intentional foul.
Who gets good? First personal foul. Second team foul.
50 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Booker looking around. Clock at 4. The drive by Booker.
Well, you can see D-Book fears no one when he gets into the lane on the drive. He's so good.
And here we go. A coach's challenge has been initiated.
Line for the Suns, Devin Booker, taking 2 shots.
Difficult calls to make. Personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology. We've seen replay reviews so effectively and involving the coaches by being able to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They have decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to review it. The double-checking, and the game continues on.
Gilgeous-Alexander kicks to Holmgren. Outside, Dort. Back to Holmgren. It's good! And tie game. That is a huge basket right there.
So much riding on that shot. What a bucket.
I'll tell you, that changes things, doesn't it? Good job, young fella. What a game.
Richards finds Booker. The outside leaner. Oh, no good! And that's going to do it for regulation. So we are headed to overtime. And for 2K's. And now we get set for overtime in what has been a stirring contest. The 4 and the 5, the lengthy pair of Holmgren and Hartenstein. Gilgeous-Alexander runs things with Dort to his side. And it's Williams at the 3 seat. Durant sets a screen for Booker. 6 to shoot. It's the outside fadeaway. Booker's got the first basket here in overtime for the Suns.
That's one of those clutch shots he's known for. When the pressure is high, he seems to be the most locked in.
Picked by Williams. Gilgeous-Alexander kicks to Williams. Booker against Dort, and it's blocked. They recover it. Goes back up. Williams can't get it to go. And so Booker will bring it up for the Phoenix Suns. They've led by as many as 11 points. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
2 minutes remaining in overtime.
Booker outside. KD sets the pick for Booker. Phoenix needs to get off a shot. The 3 from KD.
That length of Holmgren is such a tool on defense.
The shot by KD. No good. And Gilgeous-Alexander throws it down.
And you can see him give a little nod and then just burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
A pair of teammates, Greg, with a terrific feel for each other. Durant with a screen on Dort. And Booker kicks to Dunn. Fades and shoots. An absolute bomb from three-point range. And the Suns lead by 3. The Thunder have gone 1 of 3 from the floor since the start of overtime. Williams sets a screen for Gilgeous-Alexander. Williams against Dunn. A shot by Williams, no good. For Phoenix, they've gone 2 of 3 from the floor as we've gotten this overtime period underway. Outside, O'Neal. And that's a foul called on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That is his first foul of the game.
Second team foul.
On the wing, Booker, defended by Dort. Booker the pass to KD. Shot clock at 5. That miss puts him at 53% shooting tonight, 8 for 15.
Can't afford any wasted possessions down the stretch.
I'll tell you, they better come up with some points on every possession from now on.
Unflappable. I mean, no moment is too big for homegrown. They needed that basket.
2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Now here's Booker. KD, a screen on George. From 15 feet away, that one doesn't drop. And Mark Dagno calls timeout. The magnitude at this juncture in the game clearly warranting a timeout. Well, given the scenario here, how do you approach this next possession?
They've got enough time left to get a good look. It's got to be quick, but it doesn't have to be a heave. You can still catch, turn, and shoot. They've got one shot at it here, obviously. It's a make-or-break situation.
So it's the Suns taking the W in a close one. Man, much appreciated, David. And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Alton, this is Kevin.
here. Tonight, we bring you the NBA on Duke. All right, a quick look now at how the point totals have looked over the last few months for him.
He's been on a tear offensively these past few months, and you know how much they love the extra points he provides. He's been shouldering a bigger load recently, and I think he's just getting started.
All right, now the opening lineup for Phoenix. Kevin Durant is out there with Royce O'Neal. Then there's Devin Booker. Then there's Nick Richards. And it's Dunn in at the 2 guard. And for the 76ers, Oubre is at the 2 with George playing the 3. Joel Embiid is out there with Andre Drummond. And it's Maxey in at the point guard. Booker no good.
And he might have thrown himself off when he saw how much space he had from 3.
With an MVP trophy under his belt, Joel Embiid has only become more dominant, RJ.
I think that 2023 MVP increased his confidence. It allowed him to feel like he really was the best player in the world. And I think it motivated him to keep pushing himself. And the results speak for themselves because the stats, they back that up.
Now here's Durant. Knocks it down from distance.
So fluid pulling up to shoot. Durant's range is one of the biggest strengths of his game.
Done with a steal. Outside Booker. Three-pointer. Here's O'Neal. The kick to Durant. Shoots over Embiid. It's hauled in by the Sixers.
That's the shot they wanted. It just didn't fall.
Tough to watch those miss. I'm sure they'll convert the next chance.
The Sixers again can't hit. For Phoenix, they've gone 1 of 4 to begin this one. For 3, Durant. That doesn't go either for Durant.
Still very early, but that's not the start they want. 1 for 5 shooting.
Great job on the back end of the play.
Yep, finished with both hands, making sure of it. Now we'll go to Allie LaForce, who had a chance to talk with head coach Nick Nurse.
I asked him about the many difficulties that Kevin Durant presents to a defense, and coach said with most guys you can force them left or right or send help. With Kevin, he can always shoot over the top of you. Sometimes you feel helpless in that regard. Not a lot of solutions for a 7-foot sharpshooter, guys.
Appreciate the report, Allie.
His consistency just hasn't been there this quarter in terms of his shooting.
It's George on the wing. Booker defending. The 3 is up. Rebounded by Dunn.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
And Booker hits from deep. So many things to love about opening day. What's tops on your list, RJ?
A lot of things, really. But, man, the energy in the building. This house is rocking. These fans are so pumped up and optimistic about their team right now.
Here's Maxey. No good with a layup.
That's just the bucket like you expect him to make. It's tough when you miss them.
On the wing, Durant. Embiid covers. Back to Dunn. Screen by Durant. Dunn attacking. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
And one move ahead of the defense. A solid pick.
And then the monster dunk to complete the play. Well done.
Great chemistry on display. He understood where to put the screen in order to free up his teammate.
Oh, and a dunk by Embiid.
Wow, the process. Come on, I want to see that again.
Here's Booker. And Booker with the jam.
I tell you, a little extra pressure on D when you're up against a point guard who can elevate.
It doesn't make it easy, does it?
Yeah, hard to strategize for a guy who can make a pass or a play like this right in your face.
So it's Philadelphia now, after the basket by Phoenix on the other end. They get the rebound. The kick out to Maxey. Left side, Oubre. Done with a steal. And the Suns pushing it up now. Booker for three. And that comes off the assist by Durant. Booker's got 8.
The defense is nowhere to be found guarding the three-point shot.
Maxey passes to Embiid. Embiid missing again.
Oh, he really wanted that triple. Even though he missed, I really like the competitiveness I'm seeing.
76ers trail by 7. Here we go. The Sixers on the break. And here's Oubre from the arc. Hits the trifecta.
And when you look at the numbers over the last few years, it's clear that George has made a jump as a playmaker.
The kick to Durant. They get it back. Let's go with a 3. Drills it from deep. He has 6.
The way he can elevate over a defender from deep, very tough to contain outside the arc.
Maxey. And count that. 2 points and a chance for one more at the line.
Hey, that right there was a lot of confidence given the size of the disadvantage there.
And I like his belief in his game. Go at the taller defender, make him react to you.
Booker for 3. No good. Misses at the buzzer. No shortage of scoring here at the end of the first quarter. Phoenix out in front, up 4. And we'll be back with you shortly. If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter in this one. Let's get a quick check of the scoring breakdown here for the Suns.
Well, so far, their long-range shooting has been the story, doing damage from deep.
And another thing, they found the open man. Really playing unselfish basketball, moving the ball around there on the perimeter.
Maxey and Oubre pair up at the 1 and the 2. Joel Embiid is out there with George. And it's Drummond in at the center position. That's the group for Philadelphia to kick off the second quarter. And it's a defensive 3-second violation. We know how great Joel Embiid is, but he simply hasn't been as effective in the postseason.
Part of that is because of all the defensive attention he gets. We know things tighten up in the postseason and things become much more challenging. That's why he needs a better supporting cast.
Now here's Maxey. Oh, there's a killer 2-hand slam.
Getting up and finishing. Maxey leaving no doubt.
And Booker has got the ball here for Phoenix. It's a 3-point game. Deep. Booker gets it to go.
And they found a nice flow offensively here in the second period.
Pass to Oubre. Up top, Embiid. Back to Oubre. It's George on the wing. Durant against Embiid. Oh, misses the dunk. Phoenix leading by 5. Inside, here's Richards. An easy 2 on the layup. Richards has got his first basket.
And you like the balance here. Not just falling in love with the 3 ball.
Screen by Embiid. George, a deep 3. It's hauled in by the Suns. Their last encounter in Philadelphia, where they were able to handle the Sixers.
Well, in this last matchup, they captured the win in large part because their backups provided a lot of the scoring punch.
And you can tell how important having depth is for them. Sometimes it's the difference between a win and a loss.
And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Well, Brian, a lot of teams are staying clear of that dreaded second apron of the luxury tax, but the Suns, they blew right past it, adding Bradley Beal to create a star trio. Kevin Durant said, quote, "That's what you're supposed to do. It's about swinging for the fences every year." They're looking to go the distance.
Every year, you're right. Talent is there, Allie. And the shot goes down.
And trust me, when the D's slow to react, he'll be the first guy to make them pay.
Yeah, they're going to do a much better job of putting a little bit of pressure on him on his way to the hoop.
And a quick check now on the teams that led the league from the charity stripe a year ago. Second, the 76ers.
They didn't give away any points at the free throw line, and that makes a head coach's life so much easier.
George with it. He's covered by O'Neal. Here's Drummond. Throws it down, and the official calls a foul. It may be a three-point play. It's going to be on Nick Richards. First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. Looking at lineups around the league, Grant, seems like they're becoming more positionless than ever before.
Yeah, you're spot on, B.A. To the point where some people feel all-star voting shouldn't be by position anymore. It should be by merit.
Now here's Booker. 10 points for him. And a foul called on the way up. And they stopped the action here. They're using their coach's challenge to see if they can get this foul overturned.
Shooting for Phoenix, Devin Booker, taking 2 shots.
And even with the coach's challenge in place, we've seen...
The officials will have 2 minutes to review the play.
Even after the video review.
There's no doubt there's going to be a gray area in a lot of these calls. But at least we have the option to take a second look, so the officials can be sure they get it right. And they've made their decision. The call will stand.
And as much as it hurts to lose a challenge, I think Coach would challenge that call again if he could. He really disagreed with the foul, and he's still peeved.
Let me hear you once again get loud for your Philadelphia 76ers ENT.
The first one falls. You know, Booker gets a lot of praise for his scoring. But how about his skill as a passer, Richard?
Oh, he's a good decision maker, B.A. He's able to read defenses and dissect them with his passing. He's shown he can be a traditional, quote-unquote, point guard.
Now here's George. No points yet. Buries it from 3.
And great range is a big part of why George is a high-level scorer.
Booker against George. Now here's Durant. He's guarded closely. Puts up a 3. Rebound by Philadelphia. Drummond's got 5 rebounds in the game. Here's George. Richards pulls it in. Richards has got his 4th rebound in this one. The deep 3 from Durant. Drummond grabs the miss. Drummond's got his 6th rebound on the night.
And after connecting twice from deep in the first quarter, he hasn't been able to drain another here in the second.
George outside. Four on the clock. Embiid inside. Durant's there. Oubre passes to Maxey. George a screen on Booker. Kicks it to George. 3-pointer. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
He came up dry offensively in the first, but looks like he's ready to turn it around.
KD jams it straight down.
Okay, normally the guy is a sleeper, but those were 2 loud points there by Kevin Durant.
And George with the jam.
With a strong finish to cut into that lead a little.
Man, left no doubt with that one, Grant. Outside O'Neal. Durant with a screen on Maxey. O'Neal passes to Dunn. Back to O'Neal. The Suns need to get off a shot. Here's Richards. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound. Drummond's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Outside Oubre. Down low. Here's Embiid. He gets it up. And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that's been very close so far. Phoenix out in front, up by 5. Well, now we have some time to check in with Allie LaForce. Allie.
KD, you're really getting up and...
Allie, as always, thank you. We'll be right back to begin the third quarter right after this.
for the Celtics, they'll be up against the Magic in Orlando. That one's starting at 7 p.m. Eastern.
This is a game.
And returning our attention to this game, an impressive first half for the Phoenix Suns.
They're hitting at a high.
Glad you could join us.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard. Boy, we're seeing a tremendous game from Devin Booker.
Through the first 2 quarters, he's been on fire. Explosive offensive performance.
If they don't change their approach in the second half, let's just say his success will continue.
Kicking off the second half. Here's Mike Budenholzer's 5. They've got Cody Martin. Grayson Allen is out there with Bradley Beal. Then it's Bol Bol, and it's Iguodala in at the 5 spot. Here's Grimes, following the score by Phoenix. And here's Edwards outside, drops in the 3. Edwards has gotten himself going with a triple, his first basket of the game. There's a screen by Bol. Beal from outside. He drops it from range. And the Suns lead by 7.
Beal wastes no time getting those 3 points back.
Well, the last few years, Richard, the Suns have had some all-time greats, but this is Devin Booker's team.
No doubt, drafted in 2015. Book's been here his entire career. His first few seasons, the team was, let's just say they were rebuilding, but Devin stayed loyal and enjoyed some stellar seasons since then.
And so it's Phoenix with it. Philadelphia getting their last shot to go. Into the lane. Takes a 3. And it's Bona with a rebound.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
Ooh, he took a hard foul on the shot. So he'll head to the line to shoot a pair. It goes on Bol Bol.
I don't mind that. I mean, they met him at the rim and temporarily prevented the points.
And he drops the first. And good on the second, so he makes them both. And Devin Booker is already one of the greatest players in Suns history, Brent.
Well, you could argue that Steve Nash still ranks ahead of him. He did win 2 MVPs with the Suns. But when it's all said and done, I think Booker will be regarded as the best.
Phoenix shooting their 3rd free throw attempt of the game.
Their first miss since the break. Still, I like how they've come out so far.
And plays like that one can make the difference in a close game.
And it definitely got the bench on their feet, too.
And you can feel the jolt of energy that he sent through his team. That is a huge boost in a tight game like this.
Beal, the pass to Bol. Rebound by Philadelphia. 2 minutes into the second half of play now. It's Edwards on the wing, pounded by Beal. Edwards, the pass to Grimes. It's good. Now just a 1-point Phoenix lead.
Their execution after halftime has been excellent, making their first 4.
Beal outside. There's a screen by Bol. To the inside. Beal finds Bol. Back to Beal. And he lobs it up to the rim. And finished off by Bol.
And we've seen Beal improve as a playmaker over the years. That's a nice pass.
And so it looks like the Sixers will retain possession here. And if you want to know which players had the most success from distance last season, here they are. And you look at Allen, he is downright lethal from distance, ranking 1st in the league in 3-point percentage.
Distance shooters are so accurate these days. It's a real honor to have topped that list.
He may not have that traditional power forward build, but his bounce, well, that kind of levels the playing field.
Martin outside. There's 1:54 left in the third quarter.
Impressive one-hand slam right there, B.A.
Man, as long as he's confident about it, I'm good with it. Maybe use 2 hands next time. He knows where he is. Here's McCain. He's guarded by Martin. Edwards, no good. Phoenix leading by 3. Pass to Allen. We've gone about 3.5 minutes here into the third. Here's Iguodaro. He hits it just before the shot clock expires.
The assist goes to...
And it's a 5-point Suns lead. Philadelphia's gone 1 of 2 shooting from the perimeter since halftime. 54 seconds left in the third. There's a screen. Martin against Edwards. Late clock, the Sixers need to put one up here. From the top of the key, the Suns clear it. Allen, left side. Beal outside. Outside Bull. That one's in there on the nice assist from Beal. Beal's got his 4th assist with that last one.
Yeah, Beal has better than average vision. He will not miss the open man.
And that's out of bounds. Philadelphia will retain possession.
He clipped the ball there, but not enough to nab the steal.
That's fine. You love the effort, not making things easy for the opposition on offense.
And here's Edwards outside. Bull grabs the board. Allen with it. The 3. He can't get it to go. And so it's Phoenix closing out the quarter with a 7-point lead. And it's mostly due to their superb shooting. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
Woo, I'm fired up to see this dish one more time. It's always great to see your 2 guards share the wealth.
Not just playing selflessly, but also making a smart decision with the ball.
4th quarter action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. Oubre is at the 2 with George playing the 3. Andre Drummond is out there with Joel Embiid. And it's Maxey in at the point. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia.
And Maxey is just terrific on the drive. His speed and ability to finish is different in so many ways.
Here's Booker. Rebound by Philadelphia. Drummond's got 8 rebounds in the game. Pass to Embiid. The 3 is up. And it's Phoenix with a rebound.
You kind of wonder where his head's at. The shot selection hasn't been there. And, of course, that one was just crazy.
And the shot goes.
And you know Coach loves seeing his offense operate at this level. Great passing out there.
Outside Maxey. Fires from deep. Rebounded by Dunn. Dunn's got 4 rebounds in the game. To the paint. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket is good, and he'll go to the line.
Their offense is really humming right now, and it's because of the beautiful ball distribution.
All right, a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from here for the Suns.
Wow, they're moving the ball around so well, guys. Quick passes, letting the next guy do the work if you don't have a look.
Another thing they're doing well tonight is shooting from long distance. All game long, they've been finding openings at the perimeter.
Outside O'Neal. Back to Booker. The 3 ball. Oh, yeah! Booker dialing long distance.
Part of the evolution of Booker's game, getting consistent from deep.
George for 3. Richards pulls it in. Richards has got his 6th rebound on the night. Outside Booker. Fades back. Joel Embiid with the board. Embiid's got his 6th rebound on the night. And the jam by Drummond.
Smart pass from the quick-thinking Maxey. Outstanding at finding uncovered teammates.
Here's O'Neal. And he didn't get quite enough under that one. The 76ers trail by 9. Outside Oubre. For 3, George fires in the triple. George has got 5 points now this quarter.
Yeah, it seems like George could do this all night. He just keeps finding shots.
Richards with a screen. For three, Booker. And the Suns miss again.
And you just can't afford to give up that kind of look very often.
Back to George. Pass to Embiid. There's the three. It's hauled in by the Suns. Richards has got rebound number 7 tonight. Phoenix leading by 6. And the foul. Called on Paul George. That's his first foul.
His first personal foul. Second team foul.
1:50 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Up top done. Back to Booker. Clock at 6. Out to the wing. The three. The shot by Dunn, no good. The 76ers have got 4 of 8 shots to drop here in this final quarter. For Phoenix, they've gotten 3 of 8 shot attempts to find the net here in the fourth quarter. Oh, KD going to work from deep.
Any shot for KD is a great shot for his team, and I don't care how far back he is. Honestly, if you're the defense, you should be ashamed not coming up with a steal on that pass.
And we've got 1:18 left in the fourth. George outside. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own. George has got 8 points here in the quarter. And so it's Booker with it. He brings it up for the Phoenix Suns. They held a 12-point lead earlier. 56 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Tried to come right back with a 3 of his own, but it's no good.
It all comes down to this possession. They must get points.
Anything other than a make is game over. This is where you lean on your stars to get you to the finish line.
Would you say testing the limits of his range there?
Yeah, he might have been feeling himself a little too much on that one. He can hit it, but not consistent.
From deep. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound.
And right here, they can't waste any time.
It needs to be a quick shot, then a quick foul.
And it's good. What a beautiful shot. Brings them within 3.
This dude is nails in the clutch. You want your best shot at winning at the end, give the ball to PG.
Here's Durant. It falls.
He just brings a great feel for the game at the offensive end.
Long range from the inbound. So it's Phoenix picking up the win. And they barely squeezed out the win here on the road.
And BA, the visiting team.
Thanks, Alec. Great interview once again. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Grant Hill.
of NBA basketball. How excited are you?
Oh, man, Kevin, on a scale of 1 to 10, can I go 20? I mean, we've been waiting for these games to start for months. The offseason seems endless, and there's always drama about player movement, who's going where, and expectation, but nothing better than getting that ball thrown up. And let's see these guys go at it.
So here's Oklahoma City's starting group. The 4 and the 5, the lengthy pair of Holmgren and Hartenstein. Gilgeous-Alexander runs things with Dort to his side. And it's Williams at the 3 slot. Gilgeous-Alexander against Maxey. George passes to Embiid. George against Dort. Here's Embiid. That one wide left.
The D giving him that shot, and that's probably not a good idea, but I guess they knew what they were doing that time.
And now the fast break. George with the ball. Back to Embiid. Philadelphia moving the ball around. Lets it go with the 3. They get it back. Williams against George. Williams attacking. And then Williams slams it in.
And Williams just turning on the Jets that time, blowing by him for the jam.
Here we are sizing up GA Jalen Williams, and his shooting has got to be his biggest strength.
Absolutely. He's great at spacing the floor for his teammates with his catch and shoot abilities, but he's equally gifted shooting off the dribble. And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Coaches love Gilgeous-Alexander, and the way that he's working, he's refusing to give in against that kind of airtight defense.
Greg, seems like we always talk about Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's offensive side, but when it comes to deflections and steals, his defense, he's one of the best.
Yeah, his two-way ability is sometimes overlooked in the mainstream media, but people in the know how good of a defender he is.
Now, here's Holmgren. Last time, 14 points for him. Good D by Drummond.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
George finds Maxey. Embiid sets the pick for Maxey. Shoots over Gilgeous-Alexander. And off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him.
Now that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, the coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Got burned on that one.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Last game out, we saw him pour in 42.
Well, at 6'6", SGA absolutely has the size to get up there and throw it down.
Hartenstein, and a great assist by Gilgeous-Alexander as that one goes in.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
Maxey kicks to Embiid. Pass to George. Back to Embiid. And the rejection by Holmgren.
Already set the Summer League record for blocks in his first game. Holmgren, one of the best young shot blockers in the league. They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Well, Kevin, I was able to talk with Nick Nurse for a minute, and he knows his team has its hands full going up against Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Coach said Shai is one of the best in the league when it comes to scoring off the bounce. When he's not scoring, he's kicking it out to an open teammate. So we have to make sure our rotations are quick. We'll see how the defense responds, Kevin.
Okay, David, thanks. Now, here's Maxey. George up top. Embiid with a screen on Dort. To the middle. Will it go? And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
And you've got to admire the toughness that Embiid plays with. He doesn't let fouls stop him from scoring.
In recent years, Brent, we've seen Oklahoma City turn into a contender simply by developing their own young talent.
Yeah, blocks on sticks, on bricks, on blocks, and that's what they've done. They have not signed a free agent, big-name guy. They built from within. They built an incredible roster by drafting well and fostering the growth of these young players, along with a coach who has given them a lot of belief. It's been pretty magical in OKC.
Drummond passes to George. Drummond sets the screen for George, and he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
And Paul George entering the league in 2010. I mean, he's been as good as any two-way wing in the league, cementing himself as an all-NBA level player.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He has 7. Out to the wing, and stolen by Drummond. Maxey against Dort. Maxey looking it over. And it's off from three-point range. The Thunder leading by 5. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Outside, Dort. Gilgeous-Alexander, a screen on Maxey. 5 on the clock, and it's Isaiah Hartenstein with the foul. That's his first foul.
And they're losing their concentration here, guys. Just sloppy with the ball.
Philadelphia's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Up top, Maxey. He's guarded by Williams. And there's the call on Chet Holmgren.
That's his second personal
So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus. We'll go to the line to shoot 2. Maxey hits them both.
At this point, you might as well go ahead and chalk up the points when he's at the free throw line. Pretty much automatic.
Inside. Off with the layup. No good that time. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Oklahoma City out in front. And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And now we'll get a perspective here on the hustle game, how it's been going for the Thunder.
A huge part of their offense, pushing the ball, looking for fast break opportunities. Always a good idea.
Sometimes the offense can be keyed by just quick possession. So you get a steal and you can get out in transition. They seem to be very focused on that end of the floor.
Taking a look at the Thunder. The 4 and the 5, the lengthy pair of Holmgren and Hartenstein. Gilgeous-Alexander runs things with Dort to his side. And it's Williams at small forward. Embiid. And the rebound goes to the Thunder. Hartenstein's got 6 rebounds in the game. Gilgeous-Alexander kicks to Holmgren. And a great assist by Gilgeous-Alexander as that one goes in.
Gilgeous-Alexander.
Gilgeous-Alexander's got 3 assists now in this one. Maxey passes to George. And we're starting the second quarter, about a minute gone. Here's Embiid. This is where Embiid wants the ball. Greg, you look at today's point guards, so many different types that can be effective.
And there's a lot more freedom for point guards to kind of explore the parameters of their game. Sometimes it's steadying an offense. Other times it's to ignite it.
The 76ers trail by 3. In the corner, Drummond with it. Oubre sets the screen for Embiid. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Dort with the ball. Maxey covering. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Offline from the top of the key.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
Dort against George. Down low, here's Drummond, and it's Drummond with the jam.
Paul George is great at breaking down the defense, and he does it with the pass that time.
It's Gilgeous-Alexander with the drive. And the dunk by Gilgeous-Alexander.
Love seeing a point guard who can explode to the rim like that.
Oh, great attitude and even a better finish.
Well, just seeking out weaknesses in the defense and then exploiting it.
Here he goes. Up and in on the layup. Now it's a 5-point Oklahoma City lead.
Well, we've talked so much about Gilgeous-Alexander's athleticism. This is the reason why, on display.
Paul George with the steal. And now here's Oubre, fast break chance. And Embiid throws it down.
Just great anticipation and awareness to come up with the steal and then trigger the fast break.
Gilgeous-Alexander against George. Dort left side. Over Maxey. Dort misses. And so it's Maxey with it. He brings it up for Philadelphia. Only given up 6 here in this quarter. And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Kevin, thank you. Jalen Williams is a do-it-all dynamo for the Thunder. Coach Mark Daigneault said, we've cross-matched him onto centers. He'll shift him to a point guard. It's hard to explain how impactful that is for you. You have a great offensive player that you're also moving all over the lineup. Kevin?
DA, the versatility. That is pretty special. Well, Brent, we had to wait a year for it, but Chet Holmgren had an incredible rookie season.
And I don't think any talent evaluator is surprised at the way that Chet came in his first year and was able to contribute and sometimes dominate in the ways that he did. So coming back healthy, making that immediate impact, Chet Holmgren is going to be a superstar in this league.
Williams, a screen on George. Gilgeous-Alexander kicks to Holmgren. Rebound Andre Drummond.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Oubre on the wing. He's guarded by Williams.
Too good at getting to that opening. Oubre quick to the rack.
Looking at Philadelphia, they want to turn it around after the loss to the Heat in Miami. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Dort. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. 5 to shoot. That's the 6th make from the field. He's taken 9 shots and missed but 3.
Gilgeous-Alexander has blossomed into this forceful guard. Just look at this performance.
Here's George, and the 76ers tack on 2 more. Several lead changes going on here in the early portion of this game.
It reminds me of that cameo song, Back and Forth.
So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. 76ers lead. All right, David, thank you, and stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started.
Thanks for
looking at Philadelphia. I've always loved when I started the season at home. I'd be eating good. I'd be dominating down low.
And circling back to the first half of our game, Paul George had his fingerprints all over it.
What?
Thanks for joining us.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. You know, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has been exceptional here tonight, guys.
That first half looked like a dunk contest mixtape. Was just destroying the rim.
Yeah, the defense has got to be a little bit embarrassed. There is no reason why he should just be on top of that rim.
Abusele out there with Edwards. And it's Bona in at the 5. Down low. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia.
Shooting for Oklahoma City.
And so Caruso nails both of them. 76ers trailing. Outside Edwards. Abusele kicks to Edwards. Front pass the arc. Connects from 3-point range.
Well, they're trying to take command of this game, but it's been competitive so far.
Yeah, everybody trying to get away from one another, and the threads are keeping them close. This has been highly competitive.
Here's Wallace. Drops in the layup for 2. Wallace has got it all tied up now for the Thunder.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Well, just ripping through right there as he finds the open spot and gets right through there. High basketball IQ play.
Count that one. Caruso's got 4 points this quarter.
And guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
Pass to Grimes. To the paint. Here's McCain. Off on the layup.
Yeah, they're going to try to search out for somebody that's got a hot hand right now. 1 of 4 to start the half.
They get it back. Now here's Caruso. Williams for 3. The rebound by Yabusele.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
No coverage, that's it. Edwards got 5 points so far.
He just takes advantage of the D in a way that very few players playing today can do.
Wallace with the screen for Caruso. Pass to Wallace. Takes it from 10. That one off the back iron and out. For Philadelphia, they've gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. And he's going up for the alley-oop. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
And you can see him give a little nod and then just burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
A pair of teammates, Greg, with a terrific feel for each other. And he drives in.
Very little resistance against that throwdown.
Nope, not what they want to see in a game this close, Greg.
On one side, inspiration. On the other, devastation.
An aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. Thunder have gone 3 of 6 in the third quarter. 50% from the field.
2 minutes.
Wallace looking for an opening. Left side, Williams. It's tipped. And now the 76ers on the break. Trips down the breakaway slam.
Smart pass by Grimes. He wasn't finding his shot, so time to give one away.
And it's out of bounds. Oklahoma City able to retain possession here.
You love the pressure he's putting on them. Almost had that steal.
Pestering right now, and that's going to pay some dividends. At some point, there's going to be a turnover.
Butler, he's checked in for the 76ers. Here's Wallace. Good, nice job down low. Wallace has got 4 points in the quarter.
You know, all the way to the bucket, no resistance. Just swipe the candy from him.
Edwards, a screen on Wallace. Out to Edwards. Ball's not loose. It's taken away by Wallace. Inside. It's stolen by Edwards. And now Philadelphia on the break.
I don't see much of that, but the vertical from Grimes on display.
Thunder trailing by 4. Higgins outside. Pass to Williams. Butler against Wallace. Higgins outside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And such a nice move to make the basket work. Wiggins has got his first points of the game.
I mean, he makes plays like that in his sleep. The game is just far too easy.
Edwards, good.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
That one goes. Count it. And that's now 6 points for Wallace. Philadelphia leading by 3. Grimes passes to Butler. His 3-pointers off the mark. Floats it up for Wiggins. Out of bounds. Philadelphia takes possession.
Now that's two teammates who need to reintroduce themselves to one another, not on the same page.
6 seconds left to play in the third. Embiid inside the line. And it's
under NBA rules. 2 minutes are allowed to review the play.
The quarter was over, but it turns out the officials are going to review the play to see if he released the ball before the buzzer.
And to me, guys, it looks pretty clear-cut.
And that's going to do it for the third quarter. 76ers ahead. They're up by 5. And time to step aside quickly, but we'll be back in no time with the start of the fourth quarter. And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. The 76ers lead. And Oklahoma City, looking who they've got to start the fourth quarter. The 4 and the 5, the lengthy pair of Holmgren and Hartenstein. Gilgeous-Alexander runs things with Dort to his side. And it's Williams at the 3. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Holmgren. A bucket is good. He'll have a chance for one more. That one on George.
Yeah, I mean, take that. Holmgren, he knows defenses want to rough him up a little bit, and he welcomes the challenge.
The 76ers leading by 3, and it's Oubre off the drive. And that's an intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Personal foul. First team foul.
Philadelphia with the ball. Pass to Drummond. Back to Oubre. Over Williams. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Drummond. Thunder trailing by 3. Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. The shot, no good. Excellent D there from George. Maxey kicks to Embiid. Down low. Oh, and he blocks it off the glass. Wow. To the inside. Holmgren. And the dunk by Holmgren.
And attacking the rim. Holmgren making excellent use of that height inside.
Pass to Drummond. And here's George. Drummond with a screen on George. Outside, George. And it's Paul George with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
After committing a turnover like that, you're just praying the game doesn't come down to the last possession. You'll remember that one.
And we've made our way through just over a minute and a half in this fourth quarter. And the basket by Gilgeous-Alexander.
And when they've gone to him, he has come through big time. You got to keep getting him touches.
Good ball movement here by the 76ers. The 76ers with another miss.
Well, that's not a shot he's ever going to pass up, and he shouldn't. Despite the miss, no defender anywhere near him. He's got to shoot that one.
Pass to George. Outside for Gilgeous-Alexander. Just 5 to shoot. Oklahoma City needs to get off a shot. Oubre with it. Williams picks him up. Outside, George. Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. Embiid from outside. Embiid knocks it home from distance. And what's your take, guys, on the hustle stats for the 76ers?
They have been a wrecking ball defensively, coming up with steals, being active with their hands, and just doing a terrific job of disrupting the rhythm.
Well, if we add another thing to it, it's about the urgency they've played with. I mean, you look at the eyes of these guys. They're focused, wanting to get up tempo. That's helped them score on the fast break.
Hartenstein can't get it to go. The 76ers have gone 1 of 5 from the field here in the fourth. A lot of this is just the one mate.
Go ahead and lead him, Paul George. Stepping up, huge shot at this moment in the game.
Now, Gilgeous-Alexander. George with a screen for Gilgeous-Alexander. The kick out to Williams. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Hartenstein. And that one goes long. The 76ers leading by 3. Maxey with it. He's picked up by Gilgeous-Alexander. And there's Drummond. That's good on the assist by Maxey. Maxey's got 3 assists in the game. And here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He'll bring it up for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Looking to end the run. He can't hit that time. Excellent D there from George. And now we've got the intentional foul.
That's his second personal foul. Second team foul.
1:14 left to play here in the fourth. Maxey finds George. And the 3 ball is good. George has got the lead up to 8 now for the 76ers.
and perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Maybe trying to find a little bit more space and ball movement to get guys open at the three-point line.
And they call an illegal screen here.
And that's turned over in about the most frustrating way possible.
There's good turnovers. That wasn't one of them. At least this one doesn't lead to an automatic fast break, the live ball turnover, so that's the best you could say about that play.
Maxey attacking, and he can't extend the lead to double digits. Oh, and a fast break for Oklahoma City. Holmgren the pass to George. Hartenstein with it, defended by Drummond. Outside, George. And the dunk by Embiid.
Impressive job by the players, coaches, and don't discount the impact of these fans.
Awesome to see their output tonight, trying to urge their team on, and that can always help. That home advantage of home fans getting you going, fully on display here.
That's going to draw a whistle every time down the floor, not even close to being a legal screen.
Yeah, everybody saw that one. That was pretty blatant there.
And so the 76ers can now just hold on to the ball. No one near Drummond as he lets it go. And the miss. So it's Philadelphia winning this one easily. Some good moments throughout this one, but they have to. Thank you, David. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and David.
Doris, it feels like the league is in a great place.
There is no doubt, BA, absolutely. To me, more talent in the league right now than potentially we've ever had before. And I don't just mean star talent. There's a depth of quality skill across the board. We know the shooting has revolutionized the game. It's going to be a fun year.
A look at the opening lineup for the Oklahoma City Thunder. 2 Jalen Williams out there for him. Jalen with an E at the 3, and Jalen with an I at the 5. Gilgeous-Alexander runs the point with Dort at the 2, and it's Holmgren in at the power forward position. Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He played a great game against the Lakers.
Well, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, that 3-level scoring ability, that time working the mid-range.
Durant with a screen on Dort. Booker for 3. That won't go. Misses his first shot of the game. Here's Oklahoma City now to the inside. Holmgren. That shot off. Ooh, Durant with some nice D. All right, Doris, what's kind of an unsung stat you appreciate about the Suns lineup?
Wow, they are so gifted offensively. So I'd have to say very good at getting to the free throw line. That's important. Very good at baiting defenders and putting your opponent into the bonus. That's big. Attacking into coverage. They get to spend plenty of time at the free throw line. It's an underrated advantage, BA.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. The Suns getting their last shot to go. Here's Holmgren. Dort outside. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. That one on O'Neal.
Boy, that's a savvy move by Lou Dort on the inside. Gets himself the whistle.
And Dort, such an important guy on the defensive end. Lou Dort.
He is strong. He plays hard. He's willing to mix it up physically. He's a tremendous athlete. This guy is tough to score on.
That's just perfect execution. Nice job hustling, and as a result, he gets rewarded with the bucket.
You don't give the defense any chance to set up. Sometimes you just love an easy look.
Now here's Durant. Pass to Booker. Durant with a screen on Dort. Shot clock at 6. Shoots over Holmgren. Booker, pass to Durant. Great D that time from Holmgren.
Boy, in that close, he's almost automatic. Boy, that's pretty good defense. Wow.
The shot by Dort, no good.
Well, defensively, if you allow him to get this close, you're playing with fire. He just happened to miss that one.
Pass to Richards. Back to Durant. Over Williams. And that one's good by Durant.
I love this approach. Getting him involved early, and it's already paying off.
They know that if this guy goes off, their chances of winning rise exponentially.
Now here's Holmgren. 14 points his last outing. Dort for 3. And it's Phoenix with a rebound. Richards has got 4 rebounds in the game. Booker against Dort. Pass to Durant. Down low. Here's Richards. Goes up and lays it in nice and easy.
When you're trying to stop a guy like this, you have to match his intensity level.
Things just don't seem to be clicking for them offensively.
Yeah, they really need to find a way to get back on track.
Gilgeous-Alexander with the ball. Now guarded by Booker. Williams from long range. Kevin Durant pulls it in. Phoenix leading by 5. And now we have an intentional foul. I'm not sure why.
Yeah, bizarre play, BA. Not sure what got into him. You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
Now we have a moment to look at how the blocks have been stacking up over the past several months for Kevin Durant.
We're just not seeing the same tenacity from him on the defensive end lately. He hasn't been blocking as many shots over the last few months, and I think it's made him a little less intimidating under the hoop.
The drive by Dort. Count it.
Well, Lou Dort off the deck. That powerful frame on the drive. Don't mess with him, boy.
The Suns have gone 4 of 7, shooting a solid percentage. Now here's Booker. Still no points. To the middle. Here's Richards. Boom! He jams it straight down.
Sometimes a player is born with a passer's mindset. He deals it with conviction.
Gilgeous-Alexander surveying the D. Fires the three. The rebound by Devin Booker. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Fires the three. He buries it from three.
I just love the ball.
Thunder trail by 8. The kick out to Williams. From deep, Holmgren. On target from range.
Well, the very definition of a stretch big, right? Chet Holmgren comes in with the reputation as a spacer.
Booker, the pass to Richards. For three, Durant. Can't get it to drop. And Durant with the block. And that does it for the first quarter. Phoenix out in front, leading by 5. And we'll get things... And for those of you just tuning in, second quarter action is where we are. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Suns.
Well, you got to be impressed with how selfless they've been so far. Their passing has been simply outstanding.
And they've also shown dominance in the paint so far tonight, really putting the work in down low.
On the floor for Oklahoma City, getting going in the second. 2 Jalen Williams out there for him. Jalen with an E at the 3, and Jalen with an I at the 5. Gilgeous-Alexander runs the point with Dort at the 2, and it's Holmgren in at the 4. Booker's shot is good.
Devin Booker will flat put it to you on the three-point line. Don't give him any open shots.
Doris, not only is the Thunder roster full of young talent, they also have a ridiculous amount of draft capital.
BA, you've got to give a ton of credit to the front office. They've got multiple options going forward. Continue to draft and develop their talent, or perhaps use those picks to trade for a superstar you believe fits.
Both free throws good from Gilgeous-Alexander. And Doris, no doubt about it, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is an absolute monster on offense.
Very quietly, one of the most dangerous offensive players in the game is Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He's got size, he's got speed, he's got handle, he can score from 3 levels. This guy is a legit force.
Booker with a screen on Holmgren. The second effort, done left side. Yes, and it's Booker with the setup.
Oh, love the intensity in which they're hitting the boards.
And it's Dort with the ball for Oklahoma City. They trail by 9. Following this game, they'll hit the road to challenge the Jazz at Delta Center in Utah. It's the second game of 3 on the road. Here's Holmgren, shoots over Durant, and it's Holmgren missing. Booker, the pass to Richards, and here's Dunn. Here's Durant. What a throwdown from KD.
Yeah, KD is showing a little bit of elevation.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, the 11th pick back in 2018, has developed to the point where he is in the MVP conversation. His coach, Mark Daigneault, said he's improved every year. He's been in the league. It's a testament to his humility. He looks in the mirror, he sees what he needs to improve on, and then he works at it. Brian?
All right, Allie, thank you.
We talk about Williams' versatility as a scorer. He can get his points from just about any spot on the floor.
Outside for Booker. O'Neal on the wing. Gilgeous-Alexander defending. Booker surveying the floor. They get it back. The kick to Durant. Second shot opportunity. Outside O'Neal. Here's Dunn. Off target from 3-point range. Thunder trail by 9. They're searching for a way to score.
Yeah, buckets have been very tough to come by.
From deep, Holmgren. Oh, the long ball from Holmgren. Well, despite the effort to create super teams, the league has a lot of parity right now, Grant.
It really does, and I like it. It's not quite like the 80s Celtics and Lakers or the 90s Bulls, partly because of the salary cap. It's so hard to pay more than 2, maybe 3 stars at a time.
Durant for 3. That's his 4th miss in 7 shots. The Thunder have gotten 2 of 5 shots to fall this second quarter. And Gilgeous-Alexander missing. The Suns lead by 6. On the wing, Durant. He's covered by Holmgren. Outside for Booker. That's good. And so Durant with the assist. Booker's got 6 points in the quarter.
Well, the corner three is not necessarily something Devin Booker takes a ton, but boy, efficient when he decides to do it.
SGA takes it himself. Williams from long range. And he's now 1 for 4 after that one.
They're making a few more threes this quarter, trying to cut into that deficit.
Holmgren against Durant. Outside for Booker. 52 seconds left in the first half of this game. Durant with a screen on Dort. Back to Durant. 18 feet out. Oklahoma City grabs a miss. Last time they met was in Oklahoma City.
Well, they beat this team in their last matchup, and it wasn't even close.
Yeah, I thought that had to do with getting the starters in foul trouble and then taking advantage of the substitutes, and that led to a huge disparity on the scoreboard.
From the arc. There's the triple. At the arc. KD drains it.
In today's NBA, you have to stretch the floor if you want to win. They have loads of confidence from three-point land right now.
Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. The kick out to Williams. This one for 3. And no good. And he ends that fast break chance. An intentional foul. That's a textbook example of the transition take foul rule. Phoenix shooting their first free throw of the night here. Booker for 3. Oh, it goes! He got it off in time!
Just in the nick of time.
Count the basket!
Oh, what a miraculous shot. He's going to remember that one.
Listen, under duress at the end of the period, you just throw it up and hope.
Devin Booker. He's feeling it tonight. He's been the driving force for the Suns, hitting 3 trays in the quarter.
I really like how he's playing so far, Shaq. I mean, he's being selective in his approach. Kind of the opposite of you, big fella, at the...
And now that's it for us.
Just about ready for the second half here. A big comeback is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Boy, we're seeing a tremendous game from Devin Booker.
The numbers say it all. He spent the first half playing efficient ball.
I think they've taken their time. They've showed incredible patience. It's a sign of a well-coached ball club.
They've got Cody Martin. Grayson Allen is out there with Bradley Beal. Then it's Bol Bol, and it's Iguodaro in at the 5 spot. And that's the group from Mike Budenholzer as we begin the second half.
Gotta fight harder to get over those screens.
You know, we see this all the time. You're basically, as a defender, hoping the man misses rather than putting in the work to get over screens.
Allen, the pass to Bol. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. Bol's got his first points in this one. And one of the game's best shooters, Doris. Grayson Allen can really stretch the floor for you.
B.A., his presence on this particular roster is so significant because of what they can do around him. Yes, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter because he can flat beat you from distance, but you also can't foul him. He is consistent at the free throw line, and he's very capable off the bounce. Grayson Allen is a more well-rounded player than he's given credit for.
They've shown that power inside. Their rebounding effort has been sensational.
Inside. It's Beal on the wing. Watch by Wallace. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Bol. That one falls. Coming off Beal's feed. And the Suns lead by 15.
Terrific handle right there by Beal. Comes off the pick with his head up, looking for his teammates.
Hartenstein. Perfect pass to set up the lay-in.
Yeah, he needs to take a lot more shots. He's been efficient, trying to get his teammates involved, but it's time for him to step up.
Allen on the wing. Martin outside. Bol, a screen on Wiggins. To the paint. Bull down low. He's against Jang. And that one's good. Bull's got his third basket on the night right there. Here's Caruso. No good on the shot. Pass to Jang. And it's Phoenix with the rebound. It's a 3-on-3 fast break. Off target at the rim. And it's Caruso with the ball for Oklahoma City. 15-point game. To the right side. To the middle. Oh, and makes it with the kiss. Jang's got his first points of the night.
What an excellent post-entry pass. Good things happen when you make that next look.
Beal with it. Caruso covers. And finished off by Bull.
Well, terrific secondary playmaker. Beal with a nice find.
Assisted by Bradley.
Caruso against Allen. Caruso, the pass to Hartenstein. And it's in there. Hartenstein's got his second bucket on the night.
Well, use the pick and going right to the cup. I love the aggressiveness.
Caruso against Beal. Let's go with a three. Jang pulls it in. Thunder trail by 13. Down low. And it's Bull with the foul. That's his first foul.
He didn't have his feet planted.
Team foul. Coming onto the floor for the Thunder, number 15, Brandon Carlson.
In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. And here we have the 2K leaderboard with last year's best three-point shooters. And you look at Allen, he is downright lethal from distance, ranking first in the league in three-point percentage.
Distance shooters are so accurate these days. It's a real honor to have topped that list.
And so he makes both from the line. And we've got 1:18 left in the third. Here's Beal. Outside Bull. Tries the spin move. Pass to Martin. Allen with it. Launches it. And the three-pointer goes. Allen's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for three.
You simply must play better defense than that. This guy is too good from distance.
Caruso with the bucket.
Their offense sort of clawing back to respectability. Let's see if they can keep building on this.
Here's Allen. Out to Beal. From downtown. It's rebounded by Carlson.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
Here's Wallace. And he banks in the layup.
And now almost all their points coming from the paint.
Phoenix leading by 10. Allen pass to Bull. And finished off by Bull.
Oh, not the defensive effort they need to cut into the lead.
Boy, good call. You have to at least try to protect the rim.
They're just too slow to react. You can't afford to sleepwalk through possessions. What's going on out there?
And it's Caruso on the take. Shoots over Allen. It's wide right. Hits off the rim.
Boy, a miss like that will drive any scorer crazy, especially with the defender giving a cushion.
It'll count. And so it's Phoenix going into the break up 12. They hold a real... All right, let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And from the two-guard spot, an unselfish play like this sets a fantastic tone.
Well, having multiple playmakers on the floor makes you a much tougher team to defend.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may already be out of hand. And Oklahoma City looking at who they've got to start the fourth. Two Jalen Williams out there for them. Jalen with an E at the 3 and Jalen with an I at the 5. Gilgeous-Alexander runs the point with Dort at the 2. And it's Holmgren in at the 4 slot. And they turn it over. Shot clock violation as the buzzer sounds. Thunder trail by 12. Some room here for Williams. And that comes off the assist by Gilgeous-Alexander. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 3 assists now in this one. Outside Durant. And Durant with the big finish.
Kevin Durant just lighting up the stat sheet right now. He's in a rhythm, and that's trouble.
And the Thunder shooting about 43% on this one. The kick out to Williams. Out to the right wing. The three from Holmgren. Hits the trifecta.
He's got a sweet stroke from long range. Plenty of bigs do now.
Durant with it. Guarded now by Williams. Durant, the pass to Dunn. Durant against Holmgren. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's Phoenix with the rebound. Booker's got 4 rebounds now. Pass to O'Neal. Here's Dunn. Back to O'Neal. Now Booker. Outside O'Neal. 5 on the clock. To the inside. And stolen by Holmgren. And they're on the run. And Williams punches it home.
Yeah, nice finish from Williams on the alley-oop. I mean, that takes some real athleticism.
Booker finds Durant. Outside for Booker. From outside, off the mark.
Well, the defense clearly was not interested in guarding him from downtown. They're very fortunate he missed.
And Gilgeous-Alexander missing.
I'll tell you, you hate to pin this on one person, but his inefficiencies at the offensive end are holding this group back.
Richards, the pass to Booker. The Suns need to get off a shot. The three, Durant. That one's good. Give the assist to Booker. Booker's got 3 assists now in this one.
This is one of the best to ever do it. Simply stated, Durant is lethal from behind the arc, and the efficiency is incredible.
Blocked! And that's out of bounds. Oklahoma City will keep it.
Oklahoma City ball.
Third minute of action now gone here in the fourth. Dort outside. 6 to shoot. Nice move. It's hauled in by the Suns. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. Dunn, the pass to Durant. Booker with a screen on Holmgren. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance at a 3-point play.
How about the body control Kevin Durant has? My goodness gracious. Takes the punishment and makes the shot anyway.
Well, Doris, you look back over the history of the NBA, hard to find a better scorer than KD.
Oh, B.A., he is unequivocally on the short list of the greatest scorers the league has ever seen. You think about guys, when you think about KD, guys that can create their own shot and hit from anywhere on the floor. You couple that with the size and the release point and the skill with the ball. Kevin Durant is a problem, folks.
Durant.
Barring a miracle comeback, this one is wrapped up. They were able to control the tempo and flow of the game, and it will end in a victory for the Suns.
You can score without sharing the ball, but it can be a whole lot easier when guys are assisting one another.
Yeah, they were very patient. They were also unselfish, and ultimately, that's why they were so efficient.
And so this win marks their first victory of the new year.
Well, at least they're going to take one game in this season series. It was an uphill climb.
And as it was happening, as it was building, you knew this was a monster game for Kevin Durant.
And I love his composure. He didn't try to do too much or force things, but he was ready to take advantage of every opening the defense gave him.
And stolen by Williams.
And just not enough time for them to get back in this game.
That's it's never an easy point in the game, knowing whatever you do, you're still coming away with the L.
They can simply hold on to the ball here.
No question, B.A. They deserve the win.
Durant for 3. And it's Phoenix with another.
Kevin Durant has absorbed a big-time scoring role everywhere he's been. This guy is so special offensively.
Shea Gilgeous-Alexander.
For three, O'Neal nails it from three. So no problem for Phoenix as they get the win. This one was a fun one to watch. They were clearly in the driver's seat down the stretch.
They really were, B.A. They played with great intensity.
to be here. And Clark, this is the culmination of all the hard work put in over the summer.
Yeah, you talk to the players on both sides, and there's optimism about this upcoming year. We'll see if that optimism is justified over time.
Well, look at the 76ers starting group. Running the wings, it's Oubre and George. Joel Embiid out there with Andre Drummond. And it's Maxey in at the point. Now Maxey. After the missed three from KD. And slam dunk by Maxey.
And great hustle from Maxey in the open court, getting there on the fast break.
And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
I had a chance to catch up with Mike Budenholzer. Coach said he knows the obstacles of playing against Paul George. He told me, you know he's going to have his fingerprints all over this game on offense and defense. Our goal will be to minimize how often we let him disrupt our game plan. We'll see how long they can keep George out of the picture. Kevin?
Thank you, David. That one's in, his first shot this game.
Hey, go to that whenever you can. I mean, Embiid has a huge advantage in size and skill.
And you know, guys, with Embiid on the floor, it's not just about his individual play. He changes everything for everyone on that team. That's how dominant he is. It's not just statistics. His presence alone propels him.
Here's Maxey. Phoenix able to drain the three. And it's Royce O'Neal with the foul. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
First 1:30 gone here in the first quarter. Here's Embiid, and Embiid throws it down.
Dropping the hammer. That's why Embiid looks to get deep inside position.
Booker outside. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Andre Drummond.
GA, when we think about Devin Booker's scoring ability, he always has been ahead of the curve.
The youngest player ever to score 70 in a game, amongst the youngest to get to 10,000 points. Booker is on a historic scoring pace. And at the line, it's all about consistency with him. His routine, his stroke, it never wavers.
Check out Maxey with the throwdown. Boy, he can get off the ground quick.
Now here's Booker. Here in the first quarter with about 2 minutes gone by. And there's the call on Joel Embiid. That is his first foul of the game.
Team foul.
Durant with a wide open look. No good on the quick three.
Just 1 of 4 from the floor, not the start they were looking for here.
That one is good from Joel Embiid.
Impressive start here. That's 5 straight makes to start the game.
George against Booker. Durant sets a screen for Booker. Outside for Durant. On the clock. Fires for 3. Bangs home the trifecta.
Oh, that's too easy for KD. You just can't let him get a look from the corner.
Maxey against Dunn. It's good. Maxey's got 6 points.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
Those looks they're allowing are almost automatic.
Booker the pass to Durant. Booker looking around. Durant with a screen on George. And Booker gets to Durant. Over George. KD's shot is off.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
And you know what? For me, these dunks show exactly how great an athlete George is. I mean, sometimes you're surprised that the basket doesn't come down with the force he punches it with.
And he's been way off the mark this quarter. It's been ugly.
And Clark, we know the last handful of years, the 76ers have been a threat in the East.
7 straight years of playoff runs. Can't get past that second-round barrier, though, Kevin. But as far as success, they've been as consistent as it comes in the East the last decade.
Third team foul.
1:09 left in the first quarter of the game. And the dunk by O'Neal.
strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
Yeah, you know, when you're looking to close the gap, you need guys who will take it upon themselves to step up, take the initiative, and make something happen.
Now, here's Durant. Paul George unable to get his shot to go. Here's KD. Pass to Booker. Shot clock at 5. That one's in, his first shot this game.
It's almost effortless for Booker this close in. He just drops the ball in the bucket.
The shot and game clock separated by 4. From deep, George. Oubre outside. Embiid with it. And the dunk by Embiid.
Kevin, he is tough to stop when he gets to the rim.
Yeah, Greg, he can get up a few notches higher.
Well, and that's exactly how the game is played in the paint inside, guys. I mean, if you can play over the top, I think you've got a big advantage.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
A big-time effort for Joel Embiid, providing a lot of energy for Philadelphia. He not... And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And guys, what's your take so far on Philadelphia?
Well, they use the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
And, you know, for them, guys, it's all about tempo. Keep the pressure on and do so as much as possible.
So to begin the second quarter for the Philadelphia 76ers, Maxey and Oubre, they have the guard duties. Andre Drummond is out there with Joel Embiid, and it's George in at the 3, the small forward. Dunn finds Booker. KD sets the pick for Booker. Pass to Richards. In the corner, O'Neal with it. Shoots over Embiid. The shot by KD. No good.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Here's Maxey. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's on Kevin Durant. Special K, you've seen Tyrese Halliburton a lot. He's as good as anyone in this league offensively. What does he do best?
I think his best basketball attribute is probably his passing, his vision, the way he can set other people up. But the intangible that makes him, he's a Pied Piper. He is a galvanizer. Guys love being around his energy and the way he plays. So not only does he play with great confidence, I think he infuses in his teammates a joy and a confidence that lifts them up too.
Durant, and he uses the glass on the layup. KD's got 8 points.
Obviously, the defense has its eyes on Durant with the ball, so he cleverly uses the pick and roll to create some space.
And a deep 3 from George. And it's KD with the rebound. Suns trail by 4. To the middle, fast break, here we go.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And you know, you're gonna get those buckets, guys, when you're quick to get out on the break. Get that ball up the court as fast as you can.
So the 76ers, their last game, a loss to Miami. And here's the fast break, Dunn leading the way. And he hits it to tie the game up.
You know, you look at Durant, I don't think he gets enough credit for his passing. He's excellent at getting the rock to his guys.
Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Joel Embiid talks about leading his team. He said, I've been guarded so many different ways. I feel like I've seen everything, and I know how to attack everything. For me, it's all about how do I bring everyone along with me. You can't win alone. It's just about playing together and involving everybody. Kevin?
And you've got to involve everybody. All right, D.A., thanks. Here's Booker. Booker going to work inside.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Phoenix has gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. Greg in the process to bring in all their stars. The Suns don't have a lot of ways to add players in the near future.
Yeah, they don't control their draft picks for the next few years. That was part of the price for Beal and Durant. They'll have to be very shrewd to add rotation pieces to help them win.
Kelly Oubre Jr. dialing it up from 3. The sweet lefty.
George against Booker. KD sets the pick for Booker. Outside Durant. Misses the 3.
Yeah, you know, guys, this has been far from his best game. A disappointing outing for both him and the team.
And they go to the intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Yeah, yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
Here's Embiid.
Thus far has not been able to maintain the same pace he had in the first quarter.
Done with it. Maxey covering. A kick out to O'Neal. Pass to Richards. Back to O'Neal. And the dunk by O'Neal.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
Making a statement for sure. I mean, we'll see if they can maintain that aggressive approach, guys.
Oubre with the steal. Here's Drummond, and Drummond throws it down.
Thrown down with Forrest Drummond with great feel around the rim. Now, usually he's one of the leading dunkers in the NBA because he doesn't waste any time or motion in there.
KD, a screen on George.
Philadelphia foul.
On the night, he's gone 2 for 2 at the stripe.
And you know, something I remember from their last game was how good he was at the line.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, he attacked, got to the line a bunch, and cashed in on his chances. And guys, the numbers don't lie. I mean, he was such a reliable presence at the free throw line all throughout last season.
Maxey kicks to Embiid. 1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. Embiid with a screen on O'Neal. Nice defense from KD.
Those are chances. Almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D, just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Philadelphia ahead. They're up by 2. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. Dave. All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away after the break. We'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3.
Swerving off topic for a moment, I need you guys to weigh in on this. Is a hot dog a sandwich?
Oh, man.
Switching back now to the Philadelphia 76ers, they've been fighting it out through the first half of play.
The pace of this game is suiting.
That'll do it for our show today.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. Joel Embiid with a strong contribution in this one.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
Well, you know what, guys? It was all about efficient offense, not rushing things, taking your time, finding the best shot on every possession.
So with Durant sitting on the bench, this is Mike Budenholzer's lineup. Bull out there with Cody Martin. Then there's Allen. Then there's Bradley Beal. And it's Iguodala in at the 5 down low. Beal deciding where to go with it. Analytics or the eye test? The optics or the numbers in front, right? When you're judging the performance of a player, what kind of criteria do you use?
Well, an MVP candidate recently said, my eye test tells me this guy's a terrible defender, but the analytics tell me he's a great defender. I'm confused, and I often feel the same way.
Outside Edwards. Pass to Bona. And it's Phoenix with the rebound. And there's the call on Jared Butler. That is his first foul of the game.
Personal foul. Second team foul.
Second half just getting started. About a minute played. Beal dishes to Allen. They swipe it. Butler with the ball. Now Beal defending. Slammed home, and they call the foul. He's headed to the stripe for one more.
Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right, and that's severe punishment right there.
Exactly. I mean, when you're running neck to neck, those kinds of mistakes tip the scales.
And what about the evolution of Tyrese Maxey? Greg, according to him, he's just getting started.
Well, Kevin, I'd have to agree. I mean, he's got some big shoes to fill with James Harden leaving, but each year this guy has just gotten better. And not only has he matched Harden's production in Philadelphia, I think he's exceeded it.
Edwards with the screen. Here's Grimes. And Ball pulls it down.
Just 1 for 4 from the field, not the way they wanted to start the second half.
Pass to Beal. Pocket 6. It's Allen on the wing. It's blocked. Here's Grimes. Ball covering, and that one's good. Bona.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
Beal, the pass to Martin. Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Outside, Beal. To the inside. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Selfless play by Beal, using that pick and roll action to create for a teammate.
Here's Grimes. Scoreless thus far. Outside, Edwards. A three-pointer is right on target. Guys, we're not through 3/4 of play, but 6 lead changes already in this one.
Yeah, competitive, and I think we all can agree that we thought this would be the type of game that would come down to the end.
Outside, Beal. There's the triple. Sinks the three-pointer. Beal's got the lead back up to 1 now for Phoenix.
Terrific response by Beal. This demonstrates what a competitor he is.
And there's the basket. Whistle blows and a chance for a three-point play. Going to the line for 1.
How about battling through the impact there and then willing that basketball in?
Oh, it does your heart good to see that kind of determination in a player. Really excellent focus that time.
And so it's Beal. He'll bring it up for the Suns. 1:22 left in the third. Pass to Iguodala. That's good. And so Beal with the assist. Beal's got his 3rd assist on the night. Edwards, a screen on Beal. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
Yeah, you know, the officials aren't nearly as lenient as they used to be on that call. As a matter of fact, I know I got away with a lot of those in my playing days, but that was 40 years ago.
Allen outside. Back to Beal. The Suns need to get a shot off. Here's Iguodala. Rebound by the 76ers. They've got the Wizards ahead of them. Their next game in Washington. That'll be the last game of their very short 3-game road tour. Here's Edwards. Pass to Grimes. Off target with his 3. Suns have gone 5 of 7 from the field in the third quarter. Let's see if they can keep it up. Beal. Oh, and the dunk by Beal.
Not just the jump shooter. Bradley Beal is also excellent at knifing his way to the rack and finishing.
Here's Bona. Over Allen. And that one's good. Bona. Bona's got the game tied up here for Philadelphia.
It all started with the pass. That's what coaches love to see, ball movement.
It's all tied in Phoenix. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he may not be known as a pass-first guy playing out of the two-guard spot, but he shows here that he can dole out an assist or two when he needs to.
That's right. I mean, that's not his primary duty, but when the situation calls for it, he can do it and does it well.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. Taking a look at the 76ers. Running the wings, it's Oubre and George. Joel Embiid out there with Andre Drummond. And it's Maxey in at the 1. Booker against George. And Booker kicks to KD. The powerful flush by Durant.
That's the defense's. Right there. You can't allow Durant to get that kind of position.
And we will have a timeout called by Nick Nurse. He's clearly intent on wanting to lock in. And make sure everyone's on the same page. Quentin Grimes is checked in for Oubre. The latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Hey, guys. During the last timeout, I listened to Nick Nurse talk to his team. Now, he's not pleased with the perimeter game on both sides of the ball. He told his guys, we aren't working hard enough out there. We need to shut down the perimeter on defense, and on offense, we have to focus from good to great. Guys.
Thanks, David.
Third personal foul. First team foul.
Just over a minute played here in the fourth. And the dunk by Booker.
An underrated athlete with a solid handle. Defenders can't always keep up with Booker on the drive.
Maxey passes to Embiid. This is where Embiid wants the ball.
Yeah, nothing too fancy. Just getting the job done when they need to. Make every possession count.
And Richards has it in the corner. Dunn passes to Richards. Now Booker. Booker draws the double. 5 on the clock. O'Neal finds KD from the wing. And it comes off the front of the rim.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
You know what? That's a confidence shaker for him, though. I mean, that's a shot he expects to make every time.
No one near Maxey as he lets it fly. It's good from long range. Now it's a 3-point Philadelphia lead. Pass to Grimes. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
You know, as you add experience, you start to see the floor better. That was a sweet find by Drummond.
Booker outside. Phoenix, no good that time either.
Well, the defense refusing to give up anything easy. Love seeing that kind of intensity.
With the shot. And Maxey with the basket on the assist by Embiid. Maxey's got 7 points for the quarter.
Zero hesitation, Maxey. Great confidence in his mechanics and his work.
Oh, KD parries the 3.
No stage too big for KD. You need a basket? He's your man.
2 minutes remaining in the game.
On top, Maxey. Dunn covering to the right side. George against O'Neal. Embiid with the screen on O'Neal. Now, here's George. He's covered closely. Got it off in time to beat the shot clock, but it's no good. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit. Right. That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
O'Neal kicks to Durant. Booker is screen on George. And the Jam by Kevin Durant.
What doesn't Kevin Durant do? He's showing us everything here.
Maxey passes to Embiid. Embiid throws it down.
And you know Embiid wants the ball in these situations. He wants that shot. He wants to come through for his team.
Booker in the post. O'Neal outside and stolen by Maxey. 58 seconds left in the fourth. Pass to Embiid. Here's Grimes. Uncovered. Outside, Maxey. Second shot opportunity. He lays it in. Now it's a 6-point 76ers lead.
Tyrese Maxey with a big-time play down the stretch.
For three, Booker. Outside, KD. From downtown, it's in! What a beautiful shot to bring him to within three.
Well, in my mind, KD is one player that you want taking that shot. His length, his ball handling, his shooting, and his confidence makes him huge in late-game situations.
Here's Maxey. And an intentional foul right there.
Yeah, you have to do that, though. You can't just let him dribble the game.
Exactly. I mean, you got to stop the clock any way possible and hope they alligator arm a few of those free throws.
And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 5-point game.
Unflappable. This guy relishes being the man to put the game away.
Timeout called, the Suns. They're trailing by 5. Any ideas on strategy being discussed right now in that huddle?
Yeah, trying to get back in this thing, they need a score.
Yeah, and they need it hiccup fast. I mean, they'll be drawing up a quick hitter in the huddle here, no doubt.
"12 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one.
And it's still a rare sight to see rebound numbers like the ones he's had tonight.
Boy, he has put in some major work. He's earning his pay, for sure.
So the 76ers win it. This was a hard-fought, well-earned victory for him, Greg. They really had to work for this win.
That's a good point. I mean, weaker team.
All right, David, thank you. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony.